AITJ for accepting a prosthetic leg after cancer, even though my 11-year brother thinks it's unfair and my mom agrees with him. I-18F had cancer, bone cancer. It started in my thigh and spread fast. The only way to stop it was to amputate above the knee. I was 16 when I lost my leg. I'm 18 now and just barely putting myself back together. The last 2 years have been a whirlwind of chemo, pain, isolation, and feeling like I was just fading. I missed most of school, missed friends, missed being a teenager. And when it was all over, I was left with a stump, a pile of trauma, and no real plan for how to feel human again. The doctor said I was a candidate for a high-functioning prosthetic, a bionic leg. It wasn't just cosmetic. It would give me a shot at walking properly again, going to uni on my own, even being able to do stairs without crawling. It's expensive, though. The NHS covered some, but not all. That's when my mom stepped in. She said we could use part of a savings fund she'd kept for emergencies and future needs, some of which was apparently meant for my little brother, 11M. He's neurodivergent and has always needed a bit more help. He's smart and sweet, but also very emotionally intense. My mom calls him her sunbeam, and honestly, the house has revolved around him my entire life. She helped me get the prosthetic. It changed everything. For the first time since the amputation, I could walk more than a few meters without crutches or collapsing from exhaustion. It's not perfect, but it's given me a future. Now here's where things went sideways. Last week, my little brother had what my mom calls a bad emotional day. He told her he was sad because everyone paid attention to me, and I got a robot leg and he didn't get anything. He said it was unfair that I got something cool and expensive when he didn't. Instead of explaining the obvious, that I lost a leg, that this wasn't a gift, that it wasn't about fair, my mom sat me down and said maybe she shouldn't have spent so much on me without thinking of how it might affect him emotionally. She said she regrets not waiting until he was old enough to understand that he's very sensitive, and I need to try and see it from his side. And now I feel like the villain for surviving, for walking again, for not being smaller, quieter, easier to ignore. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't ask to lose my leg. I didn't ask for her money. I didn't ask to be born into a family where even surviving cancer somehow feels like a competition I was supposed to lose. So AITJ for accepting a bionic leg, knowing it came from a fund my mom also set aside for my younger brother, and knowing he's hurt by it, because right now I feel like I'm being punished for not dying. Update 1. Hi again. I wasn't planning on posting a full update, but honestly, I don't even know how to process what just happened. Yesterday I came home from work. I had my prosthetic charging in my room, on its dock like I always do. I found my brother in my room. He had unplugged the charger. He was trying to make it move manually, bending the knee joint, yanking the ankle around to see if it would walk on its own. I yelled at him to stop, but it was too late. The main knee motor made this awful grinding sound, and then the whole leg sagged like a broken doll. He dropped it and ran downstairs crying. The leg is dead, totally dead. Those things aren't built for rough handling. They're expensive, sensitive, custom built to match my body. It has to go back to the manufacturer. Repairs cost thousands. Even assuming it's repairable, it'll take months. I went to my mom absolutely shattered. She cried, hugged my brother, and said, "He didn't mean it. He's just curious." Then she told me, "You need to be more understanding. He's only 11 inches, no apology, no promise to help fix it, no acknowledgement that without that leg, I can't go to work, that I can't go to uni, that I'm being dragged back to being helpless because a kid wanted to play with my body. She said it was my fault because it was in my room. Now I'm trapped. I can't afford repairs. The grant money is gone. Insurance might cover some of it, maybe, but the deductible is massive. My mom made it very clear she won't be helping again. I feel invisible, disposable. Like the only acceptable version of me is the one who quietly disappears into the background so her sunbeam can shine. I survived cancer. I lost my leg. I fought to be able to stand on my own again. And now it's broken because an 11-year-old thought it looked fun. And no one cares. I have a lot of healing to do. But for the first time in 2 years, I can breathe. And when I eventually walk properly again, whether it's on this leg or a new one, it'll be because I fought for myself, not because someone gave me permission. Update 2. After my brother broke my prosthetic, and my mom basically blamed me for it, something inside me cracked. I stayed in the house a few more days. Every time I saw my mom and brother, it was like nothing had happened. Just silence, awkward family dinners. My brother bragging about how he figured out how the robot leg worked, like it was some science project. So I made a decision. I called my dad. I told him everything. He was furious. He showed up the next morning with his truck and said, "Pack what you need. You're coming with me." I packed a duffel bag, grabbed my schoolwork, my clothes, what was left of my dead prosthetic. I left behind photos, decorations, anything that felt too tangled up with who I used to be. Before cancer, before everything. When I walked out, my mom barely looked at me. My brother cried and said, "Don't be mad at me." My mom said, "She'll come back when she calms down. She still doesn't get it. I'm not coming back. I'm living with my dad now. His house is smaller, but it's quiet, peaceful, safe. He's already helping me contact the prosthetic company. He said, 'You didn't survive all this just to end up crawling again.'"